It was a typical boring day in calculus, only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over, and spring break would finally be upon us. The excitement was electric. Nobody cared about derivatives or limits anymore. We were done. Our teacher, always laid back, must have sensed it too because, instead of forcing us through another problem set, he pulled up sporkle.com on the projector, a brand logo quiz. We all laughed and shouted out answers, the tension of school slipping away. I remember the exact moment my friend confidently blurted out, "Adidas." That was when the PA system crackled to life. But instead of the usual monotone voice of the dean, all we heard was breathing, heavy, slow breathing. It sounded wrong, strained, almost animalistic. We all turned to look at each other. Was this some kind of weird prank? Our teacher frowned, reaching for the phone on his desk to call the office. But before he could pick it up, the breathing cut off, replaced by a single whispered sentence. Then, silence. No one moved. No one spoke. I could feel my heartbeat in my ears. Our teacher, his face pale, slowly walked to the classroom door and locked it. Then, as if on instinct, he turned off the lights and motioned for us to huddle in the back. Something was wrong. Minutes passed, maybe 5, maybe 10. The usual hum of the school's AC and hallway chatter was gone. Everything was eerily still. Then the silence was broken, this time by a dull thump from above us. The ceiling. It was soft at first, like something shifting. Then another thump, and another. Something, or someone, was crawling above the tiles. A girl next to me stifled a sob. My teacher put a finger to his lips. Then, the sound stopped. We sat in breathless stillness for what felt like forever, until finally the dean's voice came over the speaker. This time clearer but urgent. Teachers, this is a level 3 lockdown. Secure your doors immediately. Do not open them for anyone under any circumstances. A level 3 lockdown? We had never had one of those before. Then from the ceiling directly above us, we heard it again. Scratching. Slow, deliberate scratching against the tiles. We looked up, and I swear to God I saw a hand press down against the flimsy white panel above our heads. Fingers splayed, dirty nails digging in, as if testing the weight of the tile. A girl started sobbing. Another guy muttered, "Oh my God," under his breath. I didn't even realize I was holding my own breath until my lungs started burning. Then, without warning, the tile gave way. Something fell. A blur of movement. A loud, sickening thud as a body hit the floor in the center of the classroom. The scream that followed didn't come from us. It came from him. A man, disheveled, pale and thin like he hadn't eaten in weeks, writhed on the floor, shrieking like a wounded animal. His eyes darted wildly around the room before landing on us. His lips peeled back into something that wasn't quite a smile, more like a snarl. And then, before we could react, he scrambled to his feet and bolted, straight for the door. He slammed against it, clawing at the handle like a rabid animal, but my teacher had locked it. Thank God. Then, from the hallway, the sound of heavy boots. Security. Police. Someone yelling, "Quark, get down!" The man turned his head toward the noise. Then, before anyone could reach him, he took a single step backward, looked straight at us one last time, and whispered something. We didn't hear it through the thick glass of the door, but we saw his lips move, and then he vanished down the hall. They never found him, but for weeks janitors kept reporting strange things. Unlocked maintenance hatches, missing food, ceiling tiles out of place. And every once in a while, if the school was quiet enough, some people swore they could still hear scratching, coming from above.